Hi, Uncle Thor here. When I last discussed the Perdra Rune, we talked about the empty space, as in the cup. The empty space being, nothing, the void, or a cool drink of water. But as in the saying, empty the cup so you may fill it, I emptied my cup here so you can see the void. There's nothing. Now, with Perdra, it's different than the Naud rune. The Naud rune is a rune of nothing. But this is a very different thing. This is more of a void rather than just nothing. Musashi, as I mentioned the last time, spoke of the void very cryptically. In a sense, the void is the unseen from which comes that which is seen. It is a state of clarity. We look at pregnancy, and there you have the final example. That which is happening unseen will become that which is seen. But the void, the empty space, is actually a very useful thing when we talk about spacing and such. It's not so much where we place things, but how we space them apart. And in typesetting and paste-up work, which was my living, it wasn't just the elements, the letters, the words, the paragraphs, and the graphic images, but it was the space in between, what we called white space. So we actually had a term for the void, the emptiness, the white space, the spaces in between. There are some that say a lot of music isn't so much the music itself, but you hear it in the spaces in between. So that is emptiness of a very different kind than the emptiness of Naud, which is nothing, which is need, which is naughtiness. People of naught. This Naud is an empty space that has a purpose, just as the empty space of the cup here has a purpose. The void is one of those, what the way the Asian writers talk, one of those mysterious things. But it really isn't mysterious at all. We understand empty space and open space, space that's left unfilled for a purpose. Almost like Morse code. It's not just a beep beep, but it's the timing between the beeps that makes it work. It's not one continuous beep, but it's beep 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 beep. There's a sort of empty space in between each beep and dot and dash. Don't take this to mean that I know how to use Morse code. I don't. I never had opportunity to learn it, but I do know the example of it in the dots and dashes. So when we look at this side of Perdra, this empty space that not so much, doesn't always need to be filled, but has its place as space in between. Just as a look in outer space, the space between galaxies and stars. All this seems very esoteric, but it's actually very simple. So when you look into this, don't get into some kind of Zen thing or what you think Zen is. Just look at it as the void, the empty space, the open space. And you'll see how many times the things that you do and encounter aren't just the thing, but in between. Like traveling even. It isn't just a destination, but that journey between destinations. The trick, of course, with traveling is don't get so focused on the destination that you don't enjoy the journey. Watch what happens along the way. This is both a fact and an allegory. So let's look at that void from another perspective. And until then, another cup of coffee will do, thank you. This is Uncle Thor. Have a good one.